about the past. Introduction. From present to past. In Module 6, you mastered the present tense to talk about what you do every day. Now it's time to talk about what already happened. The past tense allows you to share what you did yesterday. Tell stories about your experiences. Describe events from last week or last year. This module will teach you how to form the past tense and use it to narrate your life. What is the past tense? The past tense in Russian describes actions that have already happened. Unlike English, Russian past tense verbs do not change based on the pronoun I, you, he, etc. Instead, they change based on the gender and number of the subject. Examples: a sital, I read, male speaker; a sitala, I read, female speaker; my sitali, we read; any gender. This system is simpler than present tense conjugation once you learn the pattern. How to form the past tense? Forming the past tense is straightforward. Follow these steps. Start with the infinitive, dictionary form, of the verb. Remove the T ending to find the past stem. Add the appropriate ending based on the subject's gender and number. Past tense endings. Masculine. Add L. No ending change for the stem. Feminine. Add la. Neuter. Add lo. Plural. Add li. Example with cite. To read. Cite right pointing arrow cita. Stem. Masculine. Cital. Feminine. Citala. Neuter. Citalo. Plural. Citali. Past tense in action. Let's see how this works with everyday verbs. Rabotat, to work, on rabotal v office. He worked in an office. Ona rabotala v skole. She worked at a school. Oni rabotali vs den. They worked all day. Uchisha, to study. E uchilsa v universitate. I studied at university. Male. E uchilas v universitate. I studied at university. Female. My uchilis vmest. We studied together. Notice how the ending changes, but the stem stays the same. Time expressions for the past. To make your past tense sentences clear, add time expressions. Key time words. Viscera, yesterday. Na prosloj nedele, last week. V proslom godu, last year. Nedavno, recently. Utrom, dinem, veserom. In the morning, afternoon, evening. Neskolko minot nazad, a few minutes ago. Examples. A viscera sital nigu. I read a book yesterday. Ona na prosloj nedele rabotala v sadu. She worked in the garden last week. Talking about yesterday. Describing yesterday is a great way to practice the past tense. Example sentences. Viscera a viestaval v same utra. Yesterday I got up at 7. Male. Viscera a viestavala v same utra. Yesterday I got up at 7. Female. Viscera my rabotali vs den. Yesterday we worked all day. Viscera ona gotovila uzen. Yesterday she cooked dinner. Practice idea. Write or say 3 things you did yesterday using the correct gender ending. Asking about past events. Asking questions helps you engage with others about their experiences. Common questions. Sto tai della visera? What did you do yesterday? Male. Sto tai della la visera? What did you do yesterday? Female. Jit tai rabotal? Where did you work? Male. Jit tai uchilas? Where did you study? Female. Kogda tai sital nigu? When did you read the book? Example dialogue. Anna. Sto tai della visera? Ivan. A rabotal I potom sital nigu. Sharing personal experiences. Combine past tense verbs with vocabulary you already know to share experiences. Examples. En prošloj nedele ja čital moju novu knjigu. Last week I read my new book. Nedavno moja sestra gotovila uzin dia semi. Recently my sister cooked dinner for the family. My smotali interesni film večera večerom. We watched an interesting movie yesterday evening. On pisal pismo drogu. He wrote a letter to a friend. Adding adjectives and possessive words makes your sentences richer. Sequencing events. First, then, finally. To tell a story clearly, you need to put events in order. Key sequencing words. Snachala, first. Potom, then. Posle etogo, after that. V konse, finally. Example. Vichera ya snachala uchilsia. Potom rabotal. E versus konse golial esdrosiami. Yesterday I first studied, then worked, and finally worked with friends. These words help your listener follow the flow of your story. Simple storytelling structure. A simple story has three parts. Beginning. Introduce when, where, and who. Vichera ya prosnosia rano. Yesterday I woke up early. Middle. Describe the main actions in sequence. Snachala ya zavtrakal. Potom rabotal. First I had breakfast, then I worked. Ending. Conclude with a final action or feeling. V konse dnya ya posmotrel film I log spat. Eto byl koroshi dane. At the end of the day, I watched a movie and went to bed. It was a good day. A complete simple story. Here is a complete story combining all the elements. Russian. Vichera ya vstalv same, Utra. Snachala ya pozavtrakal. Potom uchilsia doma. Posle etogo ya rabotal en a computer. Večerom ya golial esdrosiami I čital intas nuyunigu. V konce dnya ya posmotrel film I log spat. Eto byl koroshi dane. English translation. Yesterday I got up at 7 in the morning. First, I had breakfast, then studied at home. After that, I worked on the computer. In the evening, I worked with friends and read an interesting book. At the end of the day, I watched a movie and went to bed. It was a good day. Storytelling with different subjects. You can also tell stories about family and friends using the past tense. Example. Story about a sister. Moja sestra večera vstala rano. Snachala ona pozavtrakala. Potom ucilas v universitate. Posle etogo ona rabotala versus biblioteke. Večerom ona goliala esdrosiami I smotala film. Ona skazala. Chto eto byl koroshi den. Translation. My sister got up early yesterday. First, she had breakfast, then studied at the university. After that, she worked in the library. In the evening, she walked with friends and watched a movie. She said it was a good day. Notice how all verbs use feminine endings. La, because the subject is feminine. Tips for mastering the past tense. Start simple. Describe just 3 things you did yesterday. Practice gender endings. Say sentences for both male and female speakers to reinforce the pattern. Use time expressions. Always include vichera, en aproșloi nedele, or utrom to make your sentences clear. Sequence events. Use snachala, potom, and viconse to organize your thoughts. Tell stories aloud. Narrate your day or a recent event to improve fluency. Ask questions. Practice asking others about their past experiences to make conversations interactive. Conclusion. Module 7 has equipped you to talk about the past with confidence. You can now form past tense verbs using gender and number endings. L, la, lo, li. Use time expressions like vichera and en aproșloi nedele to situate events. Ask and answer questions about past actions. Tell simple stories by sequencing events with snachala, potom, and viconse. These skills allow you to share experiences, narrate events, and engage in richer conversations. With the present and past tenses now in your toolkit, you are ready to explore the future tense and continue building your Russian fluency.